Welcome to the roundtable where we're being invaded by cats. Which cat was that we just saw swishing in the frame there?
This is Oswald. I can try to pick him up. I'm not sure if he's in the mood for it, though.
Does he get, like, scratchy?
He gets a little agitated at times. You in the mood? You going to be okay for a second while I pick you up and show you?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the roundtable is Oswald. Oswald is how old?
Got him in 2017, so he's 8. He'll be 8.
Is he cantankerous? Does he like to play? Does he like to sleep? Like, what does he do most of the day?
He's kind of the best and the worst of our 3 cats. And as he knocks over one of my lights. All right, good job, buddy. Just cats being cats here. This is great. Just the timing of that couldn't have been better, buddy. Because he's by far the sweetest of the 3 in terms of, like, if I go lay down in bed, he'll come to, like, cuddle under my arm. Like, he'll just cuddle up. And he's the one of any of them that will just come and sit on your lap and chill. Like, so he's very friendly in that way. But then he's also the one who gets, like, the most agitated and, like, at certain points, and, like, he'll get kind of hissy and things like that. So he's kind of the best and the worst depending on his mood and the timing and if he gets his way. So
who's your oldest cat? Is he your oldest?
No, him and Sarah's, my wife's cat, are about the same. They were both 2017, so they're both 8. Our older cat is Pumpkin. We got him in March of 2018. He's our bigger, like, mackerel tabby. Yeah. And he's 12. He was 5 when we got him, so he's a little older. He's pretty chill.
I hate to talk about this. I have dogs. I've had pets. You've had pets. When Pumpkin kicks the bucket, are you going to replace Pumpkin? Oof. I know. I don't want to push it.
No, probably not. I think if we don't regret having them, but having 3 cats is a fair bit, and our place isn't that big, so probably not.
Okay.
I think that, it'll be difficult, but no, probably not. I think we'll just have the 2 of them and then just see where we end up.
It's fair. That is it.
They're only 7, so depending, I mean, there could be another 10 12 years with them, depending. So hopefully we get that time and Pumpkin lives forever. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean to bring that up. We were having that conversation about our dogs earlier, and
the reality of
pet ownership,
pets,
right?
You only have so much time with them.
Yep, outlive them. Hey, welcome to the roundtable where we're here to cheer you up today. We're actually going to be talking about other things that are being eliminated. Remember, like 16 years ago when we started a best video game franchise bracket, and then Andor came out, and then The Last of Us came out, and we kind of had to backburner it? Well, guess what? We are back with our quarterfinal results. 1 month in the making, and then we're going to move on to our semifinals as well. We here at the roundtable like to do this. If you've not caught these in before, we're going to go through the results from the previous one, and then we're literally going to open up a link to allow you to go and vote on this as well. I'm going to live vote. Templar is the brains behind all of this, and so he already kind of knows the responses, and he knows, like, what he's voted for and all those other things. So I have not seen these up until I hit the button over here, and then the screen magically appears, and you get to watch these as well. Templar, before I hit the button, any surprises? Is there anything that you're shocked about, or is this kind of like you kind of knew what was happening here? Oh dear.
Some surprises. I would just say keep in mind, you just can't, I mean, despite our best efforts, you just can't teach people taste.
Oh, no.
So, it's okay.
We have seen in the past couple of rounds, we did see Halo get eliminated, which was a real blow. It was a real blow.
Rest in peace, John 1117.
Yeah, man. He's not respawning from this one. He's just got sent off into space, and he's floating out there with Cortana. But in 3, 2, 1, we're going to reveal our results right now. And our very first one is Mario versus Red Dead. We had, out of 30 responses, 3 people voted for Red Dead, and I think 2 of them are on this video right now.
I believe so. And, I can't be that upset about this. I mean, I figured Mario would win. Mario's the favorite for the whole bracket. So I am a little upset about it, though, because I was hoping it would at least be closer.
Yeah.
Like, I was hoping at least Red Dead would have a bit of a better showing.
Yeah.
It's one of the best video games. Like, I know there's only 3 games in the series, and I've never even played the first one. And I still think it's one of the best video game series of all time, based on 2 games. Like, that says a lot. I know there's like 100 Mario games, and like you can do everything from race to play tennis to do whatever there, and like they're generally pretty solid games, and I understand the impact, but man, I was really hoping Red Dead would do better. I mean, Red Dead 1 and 2 are just some of my absolute favorite games of all time, so it's a bit of a bummer.
Red Dead 2 in particular, I occasionally just fire it up on the Steam Deck or fire it up on my Xbox occasionally just to feel it. Yeah, just to wander around, go find the white horse in the middle of the mountains and just amble. It's a great game. But Arthur Morgan, we love you. John Marston, we love you. Everybody else can kind of suck it. That's not true. There were a lot of good characters in that. Who's the girl? Not Clementine.
Sadie?
Sadie, yes. She was awesome.
I was thinking of her as well, yeah. Sadie Adler, is it right? She's the wife that you rescue early, and then she turns into a...
Spoiler.
Pretty intense... Yeah, okay. She's a pretty intense character on her own. The game's 7 years old. That's not a... Yeah. All right, fair enough. I mean, King Kong falls off the building at the end. Spoiler, guys.
Oh, dang it. Come on. Yeah, she turns into like an actual cowboy, and she's... Or cowgirl.
Yeah, she's a good arc.
Yeah. All right, well, there's that one. Coming up next here, we have... Well, that's not the right button for me to hit. I'm just going to hit the right button right now. There we go. Call of Duty versus Star Wars. Wow. Awesome. Star Wars beating out Call of Duty 18-12, 60-40. Out of 30 responses, that's not bad. I know we were kind of split. I voted for Star Wars, and I think you voted for Call of Duty, if I remember a month ago.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this one?
I'm not mad about it. There's a lot of good Star Wars games. And COD, I was voting for it more based on nostalgia or like kind of what it was more than what it is now. Mm-hmm. And Star Wars, I mean, there's a lot of, I think, pretty legendary games. Obviously, like I never even played Knights of the Old Republic, and that's one of the ones people always talk about. Like those two games, Jedi Outcast, Empire at War, even then the new ones, which are good too, Jedi
Survivor,
Fallen Order, and Survivor.
Yep.
So there's a ton of great games. Battlefront 2, which people are still playing. I saw FaZe, I don't know if you watch Jev.
Yes.
Jev. He just posted a video like jumping into Battlefront 2 of all games. So
wait, what is this? It's like there are celebrities playing Battlefront 2 now all of a sudden. It's crazy.
I don't know what sparked the renaissance, or maybe it's just always been like going along. But I guess there's just been that's something we could talk about, is this sort of some of these games holding on longer than their lifespan probably would have been, because maybe the newer versions of these games have not held up, or, like Battlefield 1 is still, I think, has a pretty significant player base. And you're talking about like that game is 2019, maybe earlier than that.
Yeah.
Like 6 years old. And I think Battlefield 5, Battlefield 5, the World War II, and also I think has a pretty decent player base. Like, and I just wonder if people are hanging on to these because some of the newer ones, like 2042, didn't do well, or some of the newer COD stuff hasn't been as interesting. Topic for another day. But yeah, I'm not mad about it. COD has some great games. Star Wars has some bangers, so it's a cool matchup. It's a fun one.
Well, congratulations to Star Wars. Moving right along, Pokemon versus The Legend of Zelda. It's close. This is of every bracket we've ever had, this might be the most our community question of all time, like in terms of voting. Like for a question that just splits down our specific community. Like there's been other ones that have gone one vote either way, or even have been tied and we had to figure out tiebreakers and stuff. But like that just shook out that way because of people. This is our community split down the middle. Yes.
Like in a question.
Yes. 100%. I think you voted for Pokemon, and I, even on this call, or on this, not this call, on this video, I voted for Zelda and you voted for Pokemon. So like, there it is right there. I'm not shocked to see Zelda go through, simply because the Discord's in our community. And by the way, if you're not part of our community, Lux Digital Church, you can go into the doodly doos below, join an amazing Discord community that we actually talk about this stuff. We talk about a lot of things, but we talk about this in particular. The Discourse actually in our general gaming chat or channel has been actually that a lot of people don't like Pokemon or that even aged out of Pokemon. And we have one kind of Pokemon stan, Gen 1, Gen 2 stan named Bougie. And he admitted like, hey, I aged out of it. And I think he even would have voted, if he did not vote, he would have voted for Zelda, maybe? He might have voted for Pokemon because he's also got a flaming hatred for Zelda. But
shut up, Bougie.
Yeah, we love you, Bougie. Join a small group. But that notwithstanding, a lot of people chimed in and said like, yeah, I kind of aged out of Pokemon, or yeah, I did Red and Blue. And I think you were the same. You did Red and Blue and kind of moved on.
Red, Blue, and Pokemon Stadium for the 64.
Dang, I forgot
and
about
also
that game.
Also a little bit of Pokemon Snap as well, randomly. But definitely Pokemon Stadium and Red and Blue. Those are the ones for me.
All right, well, Zelda. Congratulations, Zelda, Link, and the cast. You move on. Our very last one, Assassin's Creed versus Final Fantasy. This is Red Dead and The Sims, but we're going to assume that Final Fantasy took it over The Sims. Are we correct? Or over Assassin's Creed? Is that correct?
It's the first time I've done that. Okay. Final Fantasy took it over Assassin's Creed, 22-7.
Final Fantasy took it. That's all right. These numbers are right. Final Fantasy took it over Assassin's Creed, huh?
Yeah, by 3/4 Final Fantasy.
How do you feel about that?
It's okay. I like both games. I have some affinity for both games, so I can't be that upset. I think I voted Assassin's Creed just because I was really... My Final Fantasy time was just longer ago. Like I've mentioned it on a past episode where I played 8, 9, and 10. Like those were my games. So in terms of... So it's been a minute since I played any of them. I intend to play 16 at some point, or I did play 15, but I was like meh and moved on with my life. So I plan on playing 16 at some point because it had good notices. But AC I played up until fairly recently. Like I still have Valhalla that I haven't finished that I was okay. So
you're never going to finish it. It's okay.
No, I'm not. But
keeps going. Did you beat 15? Final Fantasy 15?
No, I tapped out. I wasn't into it.
Okay, all right. Because there was a point at the end, towards the end, and it depends on which version you played, like the patched / new version or like the older one. And I played the older version, and there was a point where the only reason I beat it was because I was playing it with my kids watching. I was at the point in my parenting where I could just play video games and they would watch me and didn't want to like engage, which was like if you ever have kids, like that's a fun one. We played like No Man's Sky, and I was just like flying a ship around. We played Horizon Zero Dawn that way. We played Final Fantasy 15 that way. Like that's a cool. We played Skyrim that way. And then they grow up and they want to hold the controller, and it's all over at that point. But and then they move out of the house and they leave you forever. Kids.
Yep.
But that notwithstanding, we got to that point in Final Fantasy 15, and I would have loved to seen your head explode when you get to that point, because it's just like this mind-bending, like there's no heals. It's just it ends up turning into like a roguelike, and it's very stupid. It's like, this is not Final Fantasy. It's like not even a roguelike where you get to continue upgrade. Like there's just no heals, and the dungeon itself is like a series of like you're on towers, like running around on grids around towers, and it's just stupid. It was just like the most punishing stupid thing, and it's not fun. I ended up having one of my kids sit on my laptop, look at the wiki to beat it, because like we spent probably 2 nights trying to beat it, and I was like, listen guys, we're not doing this anymore. Like we need to move on with our lives.
Sure.
So fair enough. All right, well, we've got our winners. That was our quarterfinals. What a battle. Thanks everybody for voting. Let's move on to the actual matchups now, and in the greatest video game franchises semifinals matchup, I just went away there. We have Mario versus Star Wars and Final Fantasy versus The Legend of Zelda. Holy jeez. These are some heavyweights. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, you would expect that to happen with a semifinal, I would hope. But my goodness, I don't know how to square this one up. I don't know how to square it up. What's the how do we vote this? How do we do this?
The second matchup for me is relatively easy, so I'll start there because like I have no attachment to Legend of Zelda, so for me, I've talked about that plenty. So Final Fantasy, that's an easy one for me to go with.
Same.
It will likely not win. I assume Zelda will win, but
I don't know.
You never know. There is a pretty significant Final Fantasy community within our community, so it wouldn't be the most shocking thing, but I figure Zelda probably will. But so that one for me is relatively straightforward. I don't have an attachment to Zelda. The first one, I went with Star Wars.
Really?
Partly out of spite.
Okay.
Because I'm tired of Mario and Zelda just winning every bracket we do.
Uh-huh.
Whether it was characters or this. But also, I do think I've probably put more time in, certainly recently, into Star Wars games than into Mario games. And Mario, obviously there's a certain nostalgia there that I can't separate myself from, but I listed some of them off. Like there's some really great games in the Star Wars canon, and there's some good Mario games, but like I wasn't a Mario 64 person. I played it, it was fine. It's not a totemic game for me. Don't come for me. Like Super Mario World and stuff I played back in the day, and like I played the original and I played 2 and 3, and like I had an original Nintendo and a Super Nintendo and whatever. So like I certainly have a history with them, but like it just hasn't kept up. The last one I played was Odyssey, which I enjoyed, but like I didn't view it as some masterpiece either. And Star Wars, I think I've just enjoyed generally the games more. I might have put some more time in, although it's kind of split. And yeah, it's just what I was feeling. It's kind of a toss-up. I debated going Mario just because of how totemic this series is. But yeah, tough one. But I came down on the side of Star Wars. There's just a bunch of bangers that have been really great. So
I think you and I both called it at the beginning of this. It's going to come down to Mario and Zelda.
Yep. Our character bracket came down to Mario versus Zelda, or Mario versus Link, excuse me.
Yes.
Won't make that mistake.
Please don't.
And this is likely going to be the same thing. And, they're two very well-known franchises in a different community. It might be different. Maybe not. Maybe be the same. Our community specifically, though, I think is more Nintendo dominated than others might be. So I think you just kind of see the tendencies there.
Yeah. I'm voting along your party lines, Star Wars and Final Fantasy. I will say, if it comes down to Mario and Zelda, I don't know who I would vote for, and I don't have to know, thankfully, for another couple weeks. That's going to be a tough one for me because I don't want either of them to win. I would rather Final Fantasy take this whole thing, if we're being honest. Just in the big, broad sweep of video game franchises, Final Fantasy has meant more to me than any of these four. That being said, Star Wars is like probably a close second because KOTOR was, you talk about totemic games like Knights of the Old Republic 1, 2 was rushed and there was a lot of problems with it, but I still played it and I still loved it. But Knights of the Old Republic 1, I remember where I was playing it on the Xbox when I first, like, you open up into the ship and like your very first battle, you are like firing blasters, and I was like, hold up, what are we doing here? I actually remember playing the original Dark Forces on PC, and that was like, it was using, I feel like it was using the Wolfenstein engine, or like the Doom 3D engine. And because there was, but you had mouse look, or you had not mouse look, you had keyboard look, so you could look up and down. You couldn't do that in Doom. And like, I remember like firing a blaster as Kyle Katarn at a probe droid, and I was like, this is insane. Like, I can't even believe I'm doing this in first person. Because I'd played like Super Star Wars and crap on the Super Nintendo, and like those games are bunk. Those games just suck. But like you're Kyle Katarn and you're jumping around and you're getting all these, like, you're getting code words from Mon Mothma. Like, oh, this is so cool. Like, what is going on here? Love that game. I don't know. Community, make it happen. Make Star Wars versus Final Fantasy a reality. You have not done anything that I have said up till this point. Help me, Lux Digital Church community, and everybody else. You're my only hope. Help me. You're my only hope. That's it. You're my only hope. Anything else to say before we close this up?
Did we do a ranking of video game franchises at one point? Did we do like a tier ranking of them? Was that a Chill Machino thing you did once?
That was a Chill Machino, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, now I voted for my video game franchises. And I think I did it. I don't think I did it based on this Wikipedia. I think I did it more in terms of like my vibes. And I got yelled at. Sure. I got like a lot of hatred from plenty of people who were watching that stream. I think you probably like came in and spewed some hate at me, which is fine. But in particular, there were a couple people that were vehemently telling me like, I think I put Mario as like probably a B, maybe an A. And they were like, that's too low, all these other things. Like, listen, A, it's my list, so suck it. But B, Final Fantasy, in terms of, like, Final Fantasy was S tier for me. There is a reason for that. I've played literally all of the Final Fantasies. Even I
did argue about that.
You probably chapped me for that one. But I've played all of the Final Fantasy, and I'm talking like
there's too many mediocre ones to put it in S tier. I think that was my argument.
Sure, but there's
like the highs are high, but there are some lows in that series, and
sure, but like
there's probably enough lows to bring it down. Final Fantasy 15 is enough to bring it down.
Final Fantasy 15 is like a C. It's a C. It's fine. It's fine. It's a fine game. You push a car. You fight Leviathan, like it's fine.
You go fishing, it's fine, yeah.
Yeah, you go fishing in Selbuna, like it's fine. Everything is fine. I spent a lot of time playing Final Fantasy 11 and Final Fantasy 14, so that probably drug it up for me as well. Like there were a lot of formative friendships that happened in Final Fantasy 11 for about 3 or 4 years there, where I was poop socking that with a bunch of Japanese people. So I don't know. I'm going to hit submit on this, and we're going to send it. The link for you to go and vote on this, it'll take you like 5 seconds, and then you can come back, you can comment and tell us how stupid we are, but the link is going to be in the comments, in the doodly-doos below, in the show notes, however you're watching this, however you're consuming this, wherever you are consuming this. Also, we're going to be starting to put these clips on Instagram. So on Instagram, you can head to our bio, and in our bio will be a link to this survey. It's only going to last for like a week or two, so just make sure you head over there like now, as soon as you see this reel, go into the thing and click the thing and then go vote. It'll take you 15 seconds. We would love to see that. Before we finish up here, Templar, anything else before we rock off and record another episode?
Yeah, we're going to have to record an episode on. We're going to do a new tier ranking for video game franchises, and we're going to argue more about it.
It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. It's fun. It's good. Thank you, everyone, for voting. Please vote on the next round. We appreciate all the engagement, people giving their 2 cents on it, and it's been really awesome. So we appreciate it all, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Absolutely. Love you, and we'll see you then. Ta-ta for now.